Hello, and glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about what is WIIFT and why is it important? I have three tips for you, three awesome tips that I'm going to share. But I just wonder if you might remember that because I've heard it a lot myself. And so I'm just wondering if you have any idea what that has to do with. And of course, it has to do with business. And of course, it has to do with the people that we want to reach and what have you. But do you know what the initials stand for? So while you think about that, I'm going to go on and move on a little bit and see who puts that in the chat for me. So that would be really great. So first of all, I would like everyone who's, as you're coming on, if you would just drop where you're coming in from, what country, what city, whatever you'd like to put. I'd like to see where people are coming in from. This is a global company, and I just love to see the places that people actually come in from because I haven't really I've been out of the United States maybe once. And it was like a quick little ship thing anyway. I was, and I don't really like being on all that water, but anyway, so it's just nice to know where people are coming from. And I'll give you a shout out, whether you're here with me live or whether you're catching us on the replay. So anyway, anybody figured out that WIIFT? I have to keep looking down so I don't leave out an I or forget the F or whatever. I've got my notes sitting here, and so I'll tell you what it is. But let me, before I get, because I know me, I'll start talking because I love to talk and I love to explain, and so on. And I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change my timing so that I am being more helpful to you by giving you the information that you need in a shorter period of time so that you're not going, oh, she's going to go on and on or what. So, okay, here we go. So my name, I'm going to introduce myself first. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help network marketers to be able to come online and use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do that in a variety of ways. I teach them others how teach the people that I help to be able to attract people to them, to be able to find where the people are that they want to talk to, and to be able to do live video. Live video is one of the biggest venues out there, and it's taking over. It's like 80% now, and it's just going to continue to get bigger. We've got micro video. We've got, I'm sure these different platforms are competing for you to come on theirs as opposed to the other, and what have you, or I know a lot of people that are using the different venues and they're using like maybe two or three or more. So it just depends on your level of experience and what have you. So anyway, I didn't mean to go into that. Uh, like I said, nah, nah, nah. Okay, so anyway, I'm not seeing anything in the chat, so I'm gonna tell you what those initials mean and then why they are important. They mean what's in it for them. Because sometimes when we are, let me talk about me. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, I end up talking about me instead of talking about them and what it is that they need. Because I'll try to start off with me as an example, and sometimes I should just say a little bit and just be quiet and allow them to find their voice and be able to speak and tell me, you know, what's going on with them. But if I don't do that, and if I'm talking about me, then they're going to leave. They're not going to want to watch my video. They're not going to read my post, my stories, and what have you. It's just important to remember that people want to know in the beginning what's in it for them. What is this, what you're saying? What is it that you're talking about that's truly going to be able to help them to be able to get where it is that they want to get? So it's important to be able to allow them to talk, ask them questions, because they're not just, most people won't just burst out and start saying, you know. So, it's a good thing to ask questions. And so in asking questions, then you start to find out the things that are important. And those are the tips that I kind of have down here of the things. The reason you it's important because you want to ask questions to find out these particular things, and and in that way help them to be able to find solutions, to find answers, to find something that's going to help them. So what I have, and I'm going all over my notes. So number one, I have, when you're talking to somebody, you just want to allow them to be able to answer the question that you ask. Like, so what brought you here today? Or, so what's going on? Or how is your life? How are things going for you and your family? And allow and be able to, share a little bit of yours, but not taking over the conversation, which is what I sometimes tend to do. And I have to remember, I tell myself, you need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. So I would ask them, things that would lead me to knowing if they're the type of person that I want to help. Now, I'm hoping that if they are asking me questions or if we're having a conversation, that we've already gotten past the connection phase, and we've met, we're building a conversation, and then out of that a relationship. And so then they would feel comfortable maybe talking to me about their pain points. And this may take, some days, it may take, some weeks. It depends on the person and what they're looking for and how desperate and upset or frustrated that they are. So finding out the pain points is going to be really tantamount, really important, really helpful if you know what it is that they are struggling with, what it is that's giving them such a problem. And then from there, providing solutions would be the next one. And, you may not have the solution that they have, but you're talking to them. You developed a caring for them. And I really do care about those people out there that were out there like me. So, it's not like I have to work up, caring about them or anything like that. It's just that I want to be able to help them with those pain points that they've discussed or that they've talked to me about. And, and if I have solutions, then I want to be able to provide them. If I need to do some research, I will tell them that, let me just check into some things and see what, I can do. And also, it's important in giving solutions to, that you might not have the solution. It might not be something that's in what it is that you do. Like I'm a network marketer, and I help other network marketers to be able to come online and be able to use social media, like I said earlier. But they may be in health and wellness, which is huge. So it could be makeup, it could be weight loss, it could be, diet, it could be, so many things. And so that person may have built a relationship with you. And then they'll say, maybe, they say something like, I really do like you and I love being able to talk to you. And I thank you so much for the help that you've given me so far. I'm really interested in, and allow them to be able to do that. Allow them to be able to be open about that and frank. And if you know someone, they may say, because they have learned to know, like, and trust you, and the conversations that you've had, and as you go through, and are you learning that person, they're learning you, and building that relationship, they feel that they know, like, and trust you enough that they can share that with you. And if you know someone, they may say, if you know someone in that field, because they know you as a person, they know that you're not going to be, crapping around with them. You're not just out there for, seeing dollar signs on their face or on their head, or counting every, okay, that's a dollar, that's another dollar, that's another, you know, they know that you're not going to do that. So they are knowing also, or feeling and knowing that you're not going to send them to somebody like that. So they're asking you for your advice on, do you know someone in that area that might be able to help me? And you go from there. It's okay if they don't join you. And that's the one thing that we have to really learn. We want to really truly do what's in it for them. And as we continue to help others to get what it is that they want, then we can eventually get what it is that we want. But it's important to help others out. And that is something from Zig Ziglar that I probably botched it there a little bit. But overall, he's just saying, help others, and helping others, then you end up actually helping yourself as well, and them helping you as well, because they may, word of mouth is awesome. They may say, I know this lady or this guy who just kind of took me under their wing, and they weren't asking me for anything. They were helping me by giving me free information and content, and just things that helped me out, and especially when I was getting started, yada yada yada. And that is just so important, to be able to have someone want to say that about you. So, you want to make sure to have that in the front of your mind. And then the third thing I have is being authentic. It's very important to be who you are, because if you're not who you are, then you're faking it, or I'm faking it. Okay. I'm going to get these U's and I's right, because I'm trying to more so say I would be faking it if I wasn't being true to who I am, and showing that. It's got to be something that you're not going to be hiding and later on have to pull out later and say, well, actually, this is really what I want. I really, you know, I don't know you enough to care about you, whatever. But, if you're authentic in the beginning, you show your face. I love being able to do lives, because I can show who I am. I can show my face. I can show my smile. Like, they can hear my voice, and people can tell if you're faking or not. And just like I keep flubbing up here, you can tell I'm not faking here, when I'm talking about certain things. I'm a normal, regular person, and I flub up like anybody else would, even though I've been doing videos for a long time. But sometimes those words that you want just won't come. But that's okay. I'm going off on another tangent. Sorry about that. So basically, the three tips that I want you to take away from this is, and the overarching thing is, what's in it for them. And then the things that we talked about, pain points, solutions, and being authentic. Those are so important. So basically, that is all I had for today. don't see any comments, questions, or comments in the chat right now. Remember, you can always drop them later. And I am going to put on this video when it's downloaded a free gift, and it is a 2 top anti-salesy type post that attract people to you. And that was something I was like, oh, okay, that's really neat. So, you might want to check it out. I'll have the information on the video. You can check it out. And that is it for today. Tomorrow is Turkey Day. So happy Thanksgiving. I hope that everything is going as well as it can be for you wherever you are in the world, and that you have a blessed day and can enjoy your time with your family and loved ones. So I'm going to go on and get off here. I'll probably come on tomorrow, but just to say happy Thanksgiving. I I'm gonna have to fight myself if I'm gonna still say it today. So happy Thanksgiving, and but we'll see what I do tomorrow because I'm down to 3 days of doing my lives, and so it's really kind of different for me. I normally go 5 days a week, and so anyway, stop it, Cherie. All right, I'm out of here. Take care. Have a good one, and again, happy Thanksgiving. Bye now.